Property prices are going up, up, up and up. Will it ever stop in 2022? Well, that's a great question, and it's one I posed to the property expert panel members, so go watch this video. We've got Poonam has asked a question. Good evening, everyone. Property prices rocketing. I like that phrase, rocketing. Any ideas when they should be stable? Now, we're not talking about the horses bolted here. See what I did there? But obviously, house prices are going up. And to be fair, not just this country. I'm doing a lot of work in Spain and the US, and property prices everywhere, it seems to be increasing. So it's not UK specific. What is going on? Simon Hudson, please come into this Bronwyn, because I want to know from your side of things what you're seeing in the marketplace.
Wow, it's not slowing down in any way, shape, or form. The stamp duty ending, the stamp duty holiday that ended back in September has really made little or no difference. Inquiry levels seem to be up. It's not just remortgages, but it's new purchases, and it's finding decent stock. That is the problem at the moment. There's still a lack of decent stock on the marketplace, so people are prepared to pay more than the asking price in general. To be fair, I don't know how other guys are finding it.
Yeah, I think I get this question all the time. And of course, I'm still buying, as I think quite a few of us on this panel are. And yeah, it's harder. It definitely is harder. You've got to negotiate harder as well, because if you still want to get the really good returns on investment. But what I'm seeing a little bit of, and Simon, you might clarify this, and maybe Tim as well, that the valuations, so if someone's offering a lot more than the asking price, the valuer that goes in on behalf of the mortgage company sometimes doesn't value it at that price, and then they've got a problem. So I've had a couple of my clients, coachees, where they've been able to pick up the ones that have fallen through, because I keep telling them, just keep asking the agent. If it falls through, give me a ring, and make sure the agent knows that you're ready to move. That you've got proof of funds, that you've got a broker, that you can act quickly, well, relatively. There is no chain as an investor. So that sort of tactic, I think, has helped. But it's not an easy market. Even more important that you get a good education and get some coaching, I think. Simon, what were you going to say?
Yeah, exactly. You've got to be there, ready in the wings, ready and waiting. Have done all of your due diligence on the property. You've got yourself funder ready with your broker, so that you're good to go. You potentially have got some proof of funds, or the ability to come up with proof of funds. Valuations, I've had very few down valuations on purchases so far, and I'd say that, touch wood. There's been a couple on remortgages, but less than I'd expected.
I think it varies, doesn't it? It varies across the country. I think there are pockets where it's got a bit silly, and there are other areas where it's still a really good time to be investing. And I think the other tip I've got is, as an investor, you don't need to go for the really nice properties. Some of my best returns are ex-council properties in areas that some amateur investors wouldn't even look at. They turn their noses up at it, but usually they're in really good locations, and people really want to live in a location that's close to transport, close to city centre. So look around, don't go for the average Joe stuff. Go for something that's a bit unusual, maybe a little bit of maybe problem properties.
I'd like to bring Tim into this, because one of the things that we talk about is house prices going up, which I'm seeing there's a trend going up. There's two things I want to ask you, Tim. There's first, gazumping, is that going on? And second of all, in my industry especially, and I'm wondering if it's in a lot of professional sectors, that salaries seems to be jumping, maybe not just 10, 15%, but 20, 25%. I mean, it doesn't take a lot for salaries to jump up that much in the professional sector to push prices of properties up anyway. What's your views on those 2 points?
On gazumping, just to remind those who are under our age, gazumping is when somebody puts an offer on, you had an offer accepted and someone comes in with a higher offer. And yes, we are starting to see it coming back a little bit, not in a major way, but I think it had virtually vanished. And I suspect a lot of more younger investors probably have never heard the phrase. But yes, it is coming back a little bit, but I don't think on a major level yet. They'll have to wait and see. In terms of wage inflation, you're absolutely right. Yeah, there's significant wage inflation. And again, I can give you an example. I've always had a marketing manager. I took on a digital marketing manager. Within 6 months, they were headhunted for a 50% increase in their salary. So yeah, there is undoubtedly significant wage inflation out there, which will feed back into the inflation we've got already, which is going to be worsened still by Ukraine. So these are going to be issues. Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully that video was useful for you, but please do not stop there. There are plenty of videos that I know that will help you build your wealth whilst reducing your tax liability. And in this video, well, this is the one I think you should be watching right now.